Thank you. So, one thing that I wanted to show you, and I won't be able to do it, it's journals, scientific journals. This is also something interesting. There are two main journals repositories on the web, an American one and a German one. So practically you can there access all journals, biology, medicine, you name it. You can access them in the American one or in the German one, but you have to pay. The German one you can search and you can have some content which is very useful because then you can find that content elsewhere on the web. So you search the German database for journals, you find a small 3-4 lines of content of the mathematical journal that interests you, and then you search the same words on the web, and chances are that you find this journal elsewhere in the open. So that's one way to do it. But there is a better way now. Since these American and German journal repositories are expensive and people have to pay in order to access them, people from poor universities, Cuba, Africa, you name them, decided to start an own project. This own project is called The Front, and it is a free journal repository. They started in 2001. Now, what happened is that more and more people did use that because it is completely free and you can have all the text of all the journals. So it is not limited anymore to people and university of poor countries. People from Europe and the United States begin to publish more and more on this Front journal repository. So it is a very interesting example of, well, let's call it open source, but it's something else, of course, of a sharing approach which gained a lot of power. And of course, you cannot search very back in time. They began in 2001 and they are in full speed from 2004, also last 2 years. But now, most people in the university are using that instead of the German and American commercial databases. You see, one thing that I will tell you, taking advantage of the fact that we don't have web connection, is that we live in a society which is running at full speed against the wall. And this is pretty clear. I mean, you just have to look around you. And one thing that you should do, in my opinion, is to sit by an emergency exit. And knowing how to search the web is such an emergency exit, because it is power. You will be able to find whatever you want pretty quickly. And this is something that gives you a competitive advantage about in relation with people that don't know how to do it. Most people searching is one word in Google. And of course, eventually, they can find what they are looking for. It takes a long time, but they can find it. But if you know how to search, you can not only find whatever you want in 5 minutes, but you can begin your long-term searches. Searches for things that are of big interest for you and your life, and it will take months, but the more you do it, the more angles you get, and the more capable you will be to search in that field. So, for instance, if you are interested in digital photography, just to make an example, all the books on digital photography are on the web for free. The same books that you would buy in a shop. All of them. I found all of them. And I mean, that's something interesting. Most of them are crap. I mean, there are more people writing books about Photoshop than people using Photoshop. But some of them, but some of them are quite good and interesting. So you can find places that will tell you which of the many books are really good, and you will know how to evaluate these things, because one of the big problems on the web is evaluating, which is next to impossible. It works. Okay. Then I can maybe show you something. Where is it, this keyboard? I'm sorry about that, because it is backslash. Yeah. No, it works. So, have a look at this search. Now, we haven't got much time, and I will have to cut a lot, but have a look at this search. This is a search for MP3. The interesting thing in this search is that it uses a lot of OR, as you can see, and a lot of asterisks. Both are very important when searching. Using that, you get interesting results, because I will spell it out for you. You're searching for sound asterisk MP3, asterisk 2005, asterisk point asterisk M is megabyte, or sound, let me go on this side, kilobytes, and that's it. And as you can see from the in bold character results, you see that we get here 2.9 megabyte, which is, of course, interesting for people looking for MP3, because if the MP3 are not at least, well, let's say 4 or 5 megabyte, they are probably not very good. Another, yes, this is something that I wanted to show you. I told you about this database for advertisement. I will do it quickly now. This, oh, what's wrong here? Let's see if it works here. Not even. Well, I will tell you that. I don't know why it doesn't work. Basically, the following happens. You find these small images which are there, and you should pay to have the complete big image. In the image, there is a small t, and this is a clear signal that that is probably tiny. So you just change the t to W for wide, or A for art, and you get the big images, because they are in the same database, they are just stored with a different name. I actually had another one here. Let's see if this one works. Yes, this one works. You see, this is a watermarked image, and this SM twice in the address means small. Now, if I change SM, even per hand, if I manage it, to tiny, I get a tiny image without watermark. I will let you find out how you find the big images, but as an assignment of sort, but I will tell you how to take the watermark off, which is this way. SM2 and SM2. Now, how did I find it? I didn't guess it. I made a search for HTTP www.acclaimimages.com gallery and underscore. And this search gave me some addresses with SM2. If you do the same search, you may be able to find the correct name for the big images as well. Just to show you that the web was actually made, the structure of the web was made for sharing. It was not made for selling, it was not made for hoarding things, it was made for sharing. And if you know how to search, you will share things even if they don't want to share. Which is something. This is a very interesting small webbit. We call webbits search strings that you pull out of a hat like a rabbit. And this one is a very nice one. It's very new. Actually, I'm presenting that for the first time. And you're searching for password Tolkien. Now, if you search for password Tolkien, what are you going to find? You're going to find, here in Russia, that's a very good place to search. Die Verbindung zurückgesetzt, they are good as well. Now let's somewhere else. let's see if it works, because I didn't try, but I know that it works. This way of searching, you can put, of course, instead of talking, something else. This is too slow. I will go back and show you the other one. This is also interesting. Password RYA, but you can put RIIA. That is the American dictatorship of patents. And of course, a lot of people put music with these kind of passwords. So this is another way of, if you want, creative searching, using these kind of things. You will do it on yourself later. As I told you, this file is public, so you can access it, and then you can go over this less quickly than I'm doing now. I won't go no more in email anonymity, but I will show you something. There are some very interesting places on the web like this one, and this is a place where you access it, you automatically have an email address. You see that here, srhdm, that's an email address for me now. I can use it, and it will remain open 24 hours. This is very useful when these idiots ask you for an email address in order to have something. So automatically you have it, and it remains for 24 hours for you to access it. And it is very, 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 very interesting place. Now, there are many automatical email address dispensers on the web, and Bookmail is another one. And I wanted to show you this WHOIS. You know what a WHOIS is, I hope. This is a web WHOIS that you can use also in a web cafe or wherever you are. And you see, you just put Bookmail after the WHOIS SC, and you get the complete WHOIS, and then you can check everything. Details, I think, is here. Don't remember very well. Oh, no, it's already there. It's already there. Back and down. Here. You see register, technical contact, and everything. Oh, I mean, that is a very simple thing, but it is an interesting place to use when you're not at home and you need quickly to know who is behind a site, because that's part of evaluation. You have to learn how to evaluate what you find on the web. There is a lot of crap, of course, and there is a lot of crap that doesn't look like crap, and that's not very easy to find out. Another technique to do that is this one, which is very interesting. Practically here, you can see who else is on a server. So you put here a www address, and you get all other addresses which are on the same server. So if you suspect that that guy who is speaking about, I don't know, Linux in a bad way on his site, he is actually a Microsoft employee, you look at the server where he is and you see which other domains are there. I will show you an example here. I will use my own site. Up. Hey. I made a mistake or what? No, I don't know why. Let's try another one. Just quickly because no, then it doesn't work from, normally it works, not from this, I don't know, from this connection probably. Anyway, this is very interesting. It gives you a list of all other sites which are hosted on the same IP address. I won't speak much about Wikipedia because you had a lot of conferences about that already, but an interesting tool for Wikipedia searching is this one that you may not know. There is also in German, this one is in English. Basically, while you write something, you see, and then you can go directly to the Wikipedia relevant, yeah? This is very good. Lumrix is called, and it's one of the many useful things that you can. One interesting thing is how comes that Wikipedia works. I spoke with Jimmy Wales some time ago, and he told me that the real problem are trolls, of course, and the real problem are sensible domains, like, for instance, this creationism crap in America and that kind of things, where people remain awake night in order to change it and that. So one of the ways they manage